Hi, I'm Justin from the Sophos training team. Today, I'll take you through the fundamental concepts of Windows Server. Windows Server offers a wide range of features and tools that allow system administrators to control and manage an environment. Today, I'll cover these main topics. Windows Server roles, which are the various functions that a server can perform. Services and features, which are additional components that can be installed on a server to enhance its functionality. NTFS Permissions, which are a way to control access to files and folders. And network shares, which are a way to share files and folders over a network. I'll only be giving you an overview of these topics, so make sure you refer to the linked resources for more in-depth information. Windows Server roles are a set of features and services that can be installed to perform specific functions. They allow the server to act as a domain controller, file server, web server, print server, and much more. A simple way to view the installed roles and features on a server are through PowerShell. First, run PowerShell as an administrator. Then run the command get-windows feature. This lists all the roles and features and displays an X on installed components. Next, we'll cover role services. These are subsets of roles and are designed to provide specific features or functions. For example, within the Active Directory Domain Services role services can be added to provide additional functionality such as certificate, federation, and lightweight directory services. Similarly, with the web server or IIS role services can be added to support features like FTP server, web server management tools, and Windows authentication. To install these features, open Server Manager. Then click on Manage. Select Add Roles and Features. Click Next. Select the server to install roles onto, and click Next. Here, we see a list of roles and role services which we can choose from. Now, if we click on Next, we see that there are Windows features. Feature roles are a collection of features not directly associated with a specific role, but can be added to a server to provide additional functionality. A server can have multiple features installed, or none, depending on its configuration. Some examples of feature roles include .NET Framework 3.5, Windows PowerShell, and Telnet Client. Once we've selected the desired roles and features, click Next, and we'll see a description of what's being installed. Then we can click Install for the roles and features to begin installation. Keep in mind that you may need to restart the server after installing certain roles or features. Additionally, some roles may require further configuration or setup after installation. Let's now go over NTFS permissions. NTFS permissions are designed to control access to files and folders on a server or endpoint. They also provide a more thorough level of control than standard file sharing permissions. Permissions are assigned to individual files and folders, and they can be configured using File Explorer or through the Security tab in the properties of the file or folder. Alternatively, NTFS permissions can be assigned to specific users or groups and then further customized by setting different permissions for specific files or folders within a directory. There are two types of NTFS permissions. Allow permissions grants access to a resource. On the other hand, deny permissions explicitly denies access. When a user or group is assigned both allow and deny permissions always take precedence. There are several access levels available for users and groups in NTFS permissions. I'll outline them one by one. Full control. Any action can be performed on the file or folder, including modifying permissions, deleting the file or folder, and changing ownership. Modify. The file or folder can be changed, including adding, modifying, or deleting files or folders within. Read and execute. You can view the file or folder and execute any files or programs within. List folder contents. The contents of a folder can be viewed, but you cannot execute any files or programs within. Read. The file or folder can only be viewed, but no changes can be made to it. And lastly, write, which allows you to make changes to a file or folder, but not delete it. Our last topic is network shares. These are resources, such as files and folders, that are shared across a network. A shared folder on a Windows computer can be accessed by other computers on the network, allowing users to access and modify files as if they were stored locally. To access a network share, users can use a universal naming convention or UNC path. This path consists of the server name, share name, and the path to the file or folder within the share. For example, the UNC path to a file on a network share might look like this. Users can access the shared resource by entering the UNC path in File Explorer or by mapping the share as a network drive. The process of connecting to a UNC share is simple. Open File Explorer on your machine. In the address bar, type the UNC path to the share you want to connect to with the following format: server name/share name. Press enter or click the arrow to the right of the address bar. If prompted, enter your username and password for the network share. A shared folder or drive will appear in the File Explorer window. If permissions allow, you can now access the files and folders it contains. When it comes to Windows network shares, there are two types of permissions that can be applied. NTFS permissions apply to files and folders on the file system level and offer more granular control over individual files and folders. Meanwhile, share permissions apply to the network share itself, offering broader control over the entire share. When both permission types are applied to a network share, the more restrictive of the two takes precedence. The common scenario you'll see is that share permissions are set to full control and NTFS permissions are used to control access at the file and folder level. And that concludes our overview of Windows Server. I hope you found this video useful. Let us know by giving us a thumbs up on TechVids. For more in-depth information about Windows Server, refer to the relevant resources linked in the video description. For further assistance, view and post questions on community.sophos.com and go to techvids.sophos.com for more great videos like this one. Thanks for watching.